People hear the word discipline and they run in the completely opposite direction as if it was something bad. But what if I told you that the discipline you're avoiding in managing your day-to-day life is creating the most chaos? And why do we hate it so much? Stick around a little bit longer as I talk about that in today's video. Welcome to episode 10 of Build Unshakable Confidence. Today we're going to be diving into a very powerful topic. The word for today is discipline, a very powerful tool that you as a mom can master to create consistency in your life and build trust in yourself and your abilities. Now, before we go forward into the video, I want to clarify one thing. Discipline for the purpose of this conversation is not what most of us experienced when we were growing up. You know, if you were growing up and you had the type of parents that beat you every time you did something wrong and, spoke down to you as a form of discipline whenever you made a mistake, the discipline we're talking about today has nothing to do with that. For the purpose of this video, we're defining discipline as a code of behavior, something you do systematically to improve your life no matter what happens. It requires grit and determination and intention. That is the type of discipline we're going to be talking about today. So let's get right into the video. One of my favorite quotes is by Friedrich Nietzsche. And he said, "He who cannot obey himself will be commanded. That is the nature of living creatures." If you want to take a minute to pause the video and reread that quote, do it. There's going to be a lot of quotes in your lifetime that you really like, but only a few are really going to blow your mind the way that this one did. The first time I read it, it really changed my perspective. It was one of those things that just stopped me on my tracks and made me think, right? And it was one of those things that instantly nudged me into redefining my definition of discipline, because up until this point, I didn't really like the word. It just never felt good, but it's because I associated it with my childhood. But like I've said before, the thing about growing up is that you can redefine everything that you were taught, and discipline is definitely one of those things that I made it a point to change in my life. And I hope that this video will do the same thing for you. So how does this quote apply to real life situations? I'm going to name 3 to help drive this nail in. The first example related to this quote is this: if you do not show discipline over your finances, you will be a slave to poverty. And the chances that you will be able to create wealth for yourself and your children and improve your lives will be slim to none. The second example I have for this quote is this: if you do not show discipline over what you eat and how you eat, you'll be a slave to food, illness, and possibly obesity, which, if you've ever experienced any of this, it has a direct impact on how well you can, run your home, support your kids, manage your life, and show up for them. The third and final example that we can kind of relate to this quote is this: you need to show discipline over the condition of your home. If you do not, you're going to be living in a filthy mess and constantly having to deal with the chaos that ensues from that. So as a single mom, discipline is your best friend. Maybe you hated it when you were younger, but it means something completely different now that you're grown up raising kids of your own. It is literally the line in the sand between a bad life and a great life. I have mentioned in previous videos that confidence is not something you're born with, but discipline is definitely a cornerstone to building that confidence, because by consistently following your set or your code of behaviors and succeeding, you reaffirm your greatness to yourself, which can only boost, build, and maintain your confidence. Discipline plays a key role in this process because it helps you achieve small wins that have a positive compounding effect. Discipline helps you create stability and routines with predictable outcomes, giving you a sense of control over your life. Living a disciplined life will also create a model of resilience for your kids, because kids will always learn from what you do, not what you say. When your kids are watching you maintain your discipline even when things are hard, it shows them the value of persistent effort. But even after saying all of this, what do you do if you struggle with discipline? What if you're just a rebel at heart and you just cannot stand anything that has to do with discipline, and you rather take your chances with chaos, but you feel guilty because you have kids and you know that you have to give them some structure in order for everyone, including yourself, be able to live a great life and be successful? The first thing you need to do is not beat yourself up. You're not beating yourself up. Speaking negative about yourself is not going to help build your confidence, and it's not going to help you move forward in this process. Some of the things you can do that will absolutely help you is start small with achievable things. For example, you can commit to waking up 20 to 30 minutes earlier during the week. Waking up early is a game changer, and it's probably the most bang for your buck, I would say, when your kids are smaller and you have to do everything for them. The second thing that's going to help you achieve a more disciplined life is to time block and respect the time blocks. So when the girls were younger and I had to do their laundry, Wednesday and Friday evenings was my laundry nights. And then Saturdays from 8 to 10, I would do the other laundry, like, changing all the bed linens, cleaning the bathrooms. And I respected those time blocks because it would set me up for the next week. And it would still give me the rest of the day to enjoy doing other things, like, just hanging out with the girls, going out with them, taking them to the park, going to the gym with them. It doesn't have to be big things. Start with things that you can achieve, that by doing so and doing them properly, you're going to feel better. Another thing I would say is, like, if you really, really hate the task that you're doing, maybe don't do it for a long period of time. Instead of time blocking 2 hours, like doing laundry 2 hours, maybe just do one, do 1 hour and get as much as you can. And then as the weeks progress, build up your stamina. The point is, start small so you can get to the bigger things. Another thing that's going to help you live a more disciplined life is to get your kids involved. So in the evenings, the girls knew that they always had to pick up their toys before they went to bed and leave the living room in the same condition that they found it. That meant that I could, once they were doing whatever they had to do, I could come behind them and kind of tidy up the rest and make sure that my house was clean every evening before I went to bed. That's discipline. And it also teaches your kids that discipline is good. And if you're thinking that small win isn't anything, have you ever neglected your house for an entire week? Have you ever not touched your house with kids Monday through Friday to see what it looks like? It's like a tornado ran through the whole thing. Nobody wants to come home on Friday evening to clean a 5-day mess. I think that's way more overwhelming than just taking a small, portion of your time every evening to tidy up. And then spend 2 hours in the morning, Saturday or Sunday, cleaning and taking care of the things that you didn't finish. That's discipline. And in the beginning, it might feel hard and overwhelming, but the thing is that it becomes easier and easier. And as you get better at doing it, it's going to take less of your time, freeing up more time to do the things that you love. So stick with it, because a win is a win is a win. Never minimize any act of discipline, because each and every one of those builds character. It builds your confidence, and it shapes the person that you're becoming, and it also helps shape the people that your kids are going to become, the adults that they're going to grow into. My final thoughts on discipline is this. As a single mother, you're much stronger than you know, and you can overcome anything with discipline as your secret weapon. Motherhood is not about being perfect. It's about making progress. It's about us helping one another. It's about us building a life that we can be proud of. So my call to action for this video is this. Start simple, stay disciplined, and celebrate every single win. But before I go, as promised, I'm going to share my second favorite quote on discipline. And it's this: mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is power. Lao Tzu. In the comments of this video, I would really love to hear from you. So please let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe and give this growing channel a thumbs up. Also, if you're interested in 10xing your life as a single mom and managing your home like a business, click the link in the description box below and join the masterclass waitlist for upcoming information. Thank you so much for staying with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay blessed. Bye.